Thanks for joining us from the Ohio AgNet Voice You Know with the News You Trust studio, sponsored by Grain Equipment Company, where innovation meets execution. I'm Dale Menyo. Taking a look at our weekly crop progress numbers, sponsored by Unleaded 88. Save on fuel with the blue handle. Fill up with Unleaded 88. Discover more at ohiocornandwheat.org. Nationally, corn planting is at 24%. Nationwide, that is 1 point behind last year and 2 points ahead of the 5-year average. States above average include Kansas, Iowa, and Texas. In the soybean progress, an estimated 18% of intended soybean acreage was planted as of Sunday, 1 point ahead of last year, 6 points ahead of the 5-year average. And winter wheat condition estimated at 49%, rated good to excellent, up 4 points from last week and same as past years with the 49% last year. The crop development shows 27% of winter wheat has headed nationwide as of Sunday, 1% behind last year, 5 points ahead of the 5-year average. Turn to the Ohio numbers, and we have topsoil moisture. 4% somewhere is in the short category, still 17% in the surplus. Our corn planted jumped up 6% more. That puts us at 8%. That's 3% ahead of last year and 2% ahead of the 5-year average. Our soybean planted went from 0 to 10%. That's 4% ahead of last year and 4 points ahead of the 5-year average. And our winter wheat jointed is at 55%. That's up 24 points from a week ago. That winter wheat crop is rated 61%, good to excellent. Do a little math on those percentage increases, comparing that to our planting intentions from our March 31st planting intentions. And last week, farmers in Ohio worked very, very hard. They planted 510,000 acres of soybeans and added 195,000 acres of corn to what they had in. So last week, farmers in Ohio planted 705,000 acres of corn and soybeans. Thank you for all your hard work. Today's weather brought to you by Seed Consultants. Simply better performance online at seedconsultants.com. Here's the forecast.
Some moisture trying to work across the Buckeye State through the rest of this afternoon. I'm Chief Meteorologist Ryan Martin. Scattered showers are going to be with us off and on right on through sunset before diminishing overnight. I do look for an additional few hundredths to maybe half an inch of moisture across the state. We follow that up with a mostly dry Wednesday as we take a break between waves, and then another round of moisture coming in for the start of the month on Thursday, and that can linger into early Friday morning. That wave, we're probably looking at a quarter to 1 inch with coverage at 95% of the Buckeye State. A little bit of additional moisture may pop up as we go into the start of the weekend, but the late weekend through all of next week looks sunny and dry. I'm Ryan Martin.
And thanks, Ryan. The U.S. Environmental Protection Agency announced it will use its existing authority to prevent drivers from losing access to lower cost and lower emission E15, a higher ethanol blend often marketed as unleaded 88. The National Corn Growers Association praised the decision. This waiver will help corn growers and rural communities while saving consumers at the pump during a busy driving season, said Illinois farmer and NCGA President Kenneth Hartman Jr. We are deeply appreciative of the President Trump and EPA for making year-round access to E15 a priority. The Clean Air Act gives EPA authority to temporarily waive these regulatory requirements to address pressing concerns such as fuel shortages. Higher blends of ethanol have been shown to lower the price of fuels. President Trump has said he supports permanent year-round access to the biofuel, which would provide greater certainty and eliminate the need for regulatory action. NCGA is working with allies, including the petroleum industry, on federal legislation that would provide permanent year-round access to E15. Read more on the story at ohioagnet.com with reaction from Ohio Corn and Wheat's Tad Nicholson. And don't forget, powered by Soy Biodiesel, we'll be heading down to Columbus to the 97th Ohio FFA Convention. We'll be there with coverage on Thursday and Friday, all thanks to Wilmington College. Find out more at wilmington.edu. Time now for the Midday Market Analysis, provided by Leist Mercantile and sponsored by Brandt, helping growers take control for over 70 years.
This is Ryan Metzger with Lice Mercantile providing you with your USDA Crop Progress Report, which cited notable planting progress across all major row crops. Corn advanced 12% week on week. Soybeans advanced 10% to now be 18% planted nationally. Data good to excellent crop rating on winter wheat that improved 4% to now be 49%. Please visit our website, licemercantile.com, to learn more about our grain marketing program and crop insurance services.
And thanks, Ryan. Today's market's brought to you by Seed Consultants. Simply better performance online at seedconsultants.com. May corn down 5.5 at $4.70. December down 4 at $4.46 1/4. May beans down 12, make it 13 now at $10.39. November down 11 1/4 at $10.23.5. July wheat down a penny at $5.30. September down a penny at $5.45. In livestock, April cattle up 47 at $216.12. May lean hogs down 32 at $92.62. And August feeder cattle up $1.45, trading at $296.45. Thanks for joining us. Have a great day, everyone. I'm Dale Minyo. This is the Ohio AgNet.